Hello, hello. We are live. We are live. I'm your host, Desiree, and this is Let's VAMONOS Live, and we have some wonderful guests today. So thank you so much for joining with us today. Let's see, making sure we're on all the socials. Let me just do a quick media check here and let y'all know that we are here ready to chat. Oh, there we are. Yes, perfect. All right, I see it's okay. There it is. Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Let's Homeless Live again. We're here at 2808 Sesh Co-working Space, Midtown, Houston, Texas. And I'm your host, Desiree. And we've got these two wonderful special guests who we'll get to here soon, and we'll chat with these wonderful ladies. We're doing things a little different today. This is kind of like a special episode, and things always work out in the best ways, but we are definitely pivoting today and having these wonderful new guests on. So if you're not able to watch with us live, no worries. You can always watch us later on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram later at your convenience. But just as a reminder, we go live every Monday night at 6:30. So first and foremost, we like to get to our community events. So those that don't know, we're here at Seshco Working Space. They also have wonderful community events, so you can come and join them every Tuesday, or excuse me, every third Tuesday, female founders and friends, once a month. Come check them out. Join some networking opportunities with these wonderful ladies here that are female founders. You don't have to be a female to join. You don't have to be a founder to join. All you got to do is just come and show up as your most authentic self and join these wonderful women that are participating here in the community. I appreciate that, so because that's how I've connected with Seshco Working Space. So all you gotta do is show up. So show up, bring your business cards, get some coffee, and join these wonderful ladies tomorrow. I think I'm gonna be here tomorrow, so if you're interested in joining me, definitely come and join me. But let me see. I see Rivera Twin Mom for joining, and AC Studio. I see you as well. Thank you so much for joining. But as other community events that are going on, again, just as a reminder, always make sure to support your local markets that are happening this weekend. We know there's so many. I don't have any on my calendar just right now, just yet. But if y'all have any, let me know, and we'll definitely share for future events. But we always want to make sure to support the local market community on the weekends, Saturdays, and Sundays. That's another event going on. And then every Wednesday here, they have co-working Wednesdays, which Houston Latina Collaborative will be joining here in future co-working networking days. So keep an eye on that. I know we've been teasing that for a while, but y'all, it's coming together probably about after Easter, y'all. We're going to do it after all that stuff happens. We're gonna get our stuff together. So that's on Wednesdays. And then I know a really awesome event's happening also Wednesday night. I believe Wednesday night here, I think. I don't know, Wednesday during the day sometime. They're gonna do an SEO clinic here. So if you don't know what SEO is, get involved, figure it out. You have a website, you need to know about SEO, you need to know about your businesses. That is something that's super important. It's a free event to register as well, and you can register on seshcoworking.com. So I think that's it, really. I'm trying to get through that kind of fast.
No, you're fine.
But I definitely want to introduce these two wonderful ladies here. The Spot HTX, thank you for joining on Instagram. If you're joining with us on Facebook, say hello, drop a comment, give us some hearts, y'all, because that also helps the algorithm. For those that don't know, giving us hearts helps the algorithm, and that's an opportunity for people to see that we are live, and you should come and watch and join us. So thank you so much, Connie, for joining me at the last minute. She's my lifesaver, but it all worked out. So we got these two wonderful ladies, Connie Leon, the one and only Houston Latina Collaborative founder, the Creativity Well founder, entrepreneur, the HCC La Doctora of everything. Director, not the doctora, director. And then we have also the wonderful Ace Phoenix Art, also Suly Florian. There we go. Thank you so much. And so for those that don't know, we kind of connected over the last few weeks with Ace Phoenix and all of the work that she's doing. But before we get into that, We always like to bring on the trending cheeseman. And we haven't done a really good trending cheeseman in a while. And I think these are the perfect ladies to do it with. So we're super excited. So for those that don't know, trending cheeseman is all about anything that's happening, trending in the community, and also entertainment, music, Coachella, all the things, right? So we want to know it all. So do you want to share a topic first that you had in mind?
Yeah, so my topic was love on the spectrum because I'm huge on dating shows. If you guys follow me on social media, I watch all the dating shows, all the reality shows, because I am a single mom and I do date. And so I'm always on top of that. But love on the spectrum is like super, it's so different. First of all the kids, and I say kids because they're all like in their 20s. They're all in their 20s. They're young kids. They're all on the spectrum. And they're so super sweet. Like, they're so adorable. I watch it with Santiago, my son, who's 14, and he's always like, Mom, like, I know. So we're both, so for my 14-year-old, I'm sorry, he's 15. My 15-year-old to react that way, like, it's such a cute show. But it's trending because one of the guys, Connor, he's very adamant about like certain things that he likes in girls. And so the way he talks and the way he presents himself and his mom, the way they talk to each other. So one of his like lines is going viral on TikTok, or it did go viral.
Oh, okay.
Where he's like, stop talking to me. And, you know, he's like very like his gestures.
Animated.
Yeah. And so that went viral this week. And now I see it everywhere.
So have you chimed in? Have you watched?
I've never watched the show, but I've gotten intrigued actually this past week because it's been trending. Like how the guys on the show are so like into the women. They're not afraid to show it. They bring gifts, and and a lot of women are saying like, "This is the love we want. We don't want the regular love anymore."
Yeah,
it's true. Oh, I love that. That's funny. Well, I haven't seen it, and I've been seeing it as well. It's been coming up on my feed like, hey, we need to talk about it. And me and Connie really always chat about the Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Love is Blind is definitely my my TV that I like to watch, my reality TV. Thank you so much for Legacy Circle for joining, and Moda by Brenda, thank you so much for joining with us on Instagram. I do see y'all. So yeah, I'm interested now. I'm intrigued. I'm like, okay, great. I have to go binge watch it now.
I think there's only 2 seasons. I think I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's not too long.
It's not too long. Yeah. Yeah.
Are they how many episodes? Like 8?
I think yes, like 8 or 10 maybe. I can't remember now.
I
just watch them all. Like, I just watch them back to back, so I never like look at how many.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I need to. I haven't.
But they're so entertaining, and like all the couples, everybody's storyline is just so great. Like, I don't know. It's not like Love is Blind, because Love is Blind is so much drama.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
It seems like the Love on the Spectrum, they're so sincere and they're so direct. Like, this is what I want, and they're so good with their boundaries.
So if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work, and they move on. They don't like, like regular like
move
it on for no reason.
I think one of the things that I've heard recently also is about when we have been advocates for people who are on the spectrum, we only talk about the kids, right?
Yeah.
We rarely see how they evolve into adults.
Yeah.
So and that's so important, because then it's like, well, if the kids don't see these people growing and evolving, how can they see their future?
Yeah.
Where is that representation? Where is that opportunity to say, oh, okay, I can do this.
And
I
they
can
have
get
jobs.
married.
Like, they have jobs. There's a girl, she's an artist. She's a cartoonist. She does comics. Nice. And she's like, her job is like evolves every season. Like, she's come up with like, she has comic book entries and stuff. So it's
really cool.
Yeah. I mean, everyday people.
Yeah.
Do you have some trending cheeseman you want to share? Anything juicy, or any things that you've seen recently that you've chimed in on?
Well, the show that I like super into, and all my girlfriends are into, and we've all been texting now that it finally came back out, is the final season of The Handmaid's Tale.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
I know, and people were just telling me like we are living this in real life.
That's right.
And so I'm like, well, apparently I should have got to go watch and figure out what happened.
How many seasons is it?
I believe it's 6, and this is the final. Yeah. So you guys can binge it like every
and we'll be good, so we don't miss anything. And be like,
exactly.
I have to wait.
It's fresh.
We waited, I think, like a year and a half, almost 2 years for this last season.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're telling me now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So the first 3 episodes came out last week, and then I think it comes out every Tuesday. So tomorrow we'll be watching.
Oh my goodness.
On Hulu. Yeah.
Well, that'll be good.
Yeah,
That'll
it's
be
a
good.
really good show because it really, apparently the creator, what she did was take actual real life events that have happened in the past and put it all in the show. So what you watch, although it's scary to watch on TV, it's actual real life
It's happened.
of
Yeah.
what's
It's
happened to
history.
women
Yeah.
throughout the world and throughout history. So
Yeah.
it's really shocking and jarring, but there's such a like underbelly of strength and womanhood and the opposing of womanhood too, even with women. So it's like you still see it in various different ways, but it's just so much more prevalent in the show. And watching it is like it really opens your eyes to things.
Yeah.
So it's very educational too, but really good show.
That is cool.
Well, so two things I'm gonna have to put on my playlist
Watch
to
list.
watch on Netflix and TV because I watch TV, but I'm a sucker for the news, y'all. I watch a lot of news, which I know is really bad for me, but I've been doing really good this month because I haven't been watching that much.
But people need it. I mean, you
Yeah.
still need the
I
news.
mean,
I don't watch it, but
I don't
I'm
watch
glad
it.
you do.
I don't watch
Yeah,
it
me either.
I don't watch like local news that much.
Mhm.
So I don't watch the local news because that's the news that really does kind of depress me for the most part. But I'll watch like the world news. So like, let me see what's going on with the stock market, and let me see what's going on with all the things happening with administration, and all that. That's like what is it? That's like a telenovela in itself.
The dumpster fire.
Yeah, for sure. But a couple of things I wanted to share that I thought were really interesting as far as trending cheese. I don't know if y'all heard, but apparently LeBron, the King James, he has gotten his own Kindle.
That is so cool. I did not know about it.
Yeah.
Me either.
I really was shocked that he got it. And I was like, I'm shocked that I told you Tom Brady didn't get it before him.
Yeah.
But then you said Tom Brady.
I don't feel like I know everybody likes him. I think there's controversy. I don't know why. I don't know football, y'all, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, like I think there's for some reason some controversy about him that like not everybody likes him. I can see LeBron getting it. I feel like he's very likable. I feel like a lot of people like him.
Yeah.
So too. He's
Yeah.
very likable.
He's the king.
Yeah.
He's the other king.
Yeah.
He's a king of basketball. So I thought that was really interesting. Of course, the pink moon just happened, which wasn't really pink. It happened on
I didn't see it. It happened Saturday night.
Saturday.
It started Friday, and then the full moon was Saturday, y'all. You know who I am right now. And then right now, yesterday it was still very big. I don't know about today how big it'll be still, but yesterday was still very bright. I never saw it if it was pink or not.
So they said that it had actually nothing to do with the color.
Oh.
That it's apparently a specific plant or something that also is pink. I don't know, because this is from like Farmer's Almanac, y'all.
It didn't actually look. So it didn't actually look pink.
No.
Oh, it's just maybe that's what it's called.
It's called based off of some type
Okay.
of flower, which is
I was asleep by 8.
Oh my god!
I wish.
I know.
Okay, so
I had a long day though.
Yeah.
I painted live at the Houston Latin Fest on Saturday and Sunday.
That's why.
Yeah,
There you
And it was
go.
probably hot all day.
Actually, it was beautiful, but it was exhausting.
I was watching it. You were painting that huge
The
sugar skull.
the sugar skull,
Yeah,
correct.
that was awesome.
So much fun.
I didn't get to go. I don't know what was I doing.
I was busy all day
I don't know
Saturday.
what
There
I
was
was
so much going on.
I think I was
I had work in a market.
I don't know what I was doing. I was doing something. Yeah, I always forget what I do because I have a busy schedule and my life changes like by the hour. Obviously, this whole episode.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing, and we hadn't really talked. Me and you hadn't really talked about it much, actually. But did y'all hear about the roof collapsing at the nightclub in the DR?
I did hear about it over the weekend.
Yeah.
It happened, I think Friday.
Mhm.
Friday, because Saturday we were talking about it.
Yeah, and it was
crazy.
It was crazy.
200 and something people died.
Oh wow!
Wow, it went up to 200. I
Yeah.
had seen what it was like.
The singer that was at the performing there, his daughter was in the band. He died. It collapsed on him, and his daughter was in the background. She was like a vocalist or something. So the rest of the band got away, but he didn't. He passed away. Which I don't know that I've ever like heard him, but some of his songs sounded familiar. But yeah, it was bad.
It's so sad.
Yeah, and have they said exactly like what was the call?
I didn't see it again. Like I saw the initial news, and then on Saturday when I was at the market that I was at, they were talking about it a little bit. That's why I kind of know the number.
Yes.
Oh, there was a Astros baseball player was there.
Oh, he was the Astros.
Dominican. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I remember. I did hear about that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed
Yeah,
away.
he did. Him and the singer, and then there was other people that were famous, I think, in the audience too that passed away. But yeah,
it's very, very, very sad.
it's crazy.
And hey, those things it's kind of like that. Earth. Well, this was unexpected, but the natural disaster that happened in where was that the earthquake that happened, and they showed the hotel and the water coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the name, but
there was also a house that exploded in Austin.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was like,
oh my,
yeah,
this is
all kinds of things,
all kinds of crazy.
So I don't watch the news.
But another cool thing that happened this past weekend, which I know you got to go to, which is the Selena tribute at the Houston Symphony.
Yeah, it was
Tell us
so
about
nice.
that.
It was really, really nice. The singer, she's a young girl. She's only 22. And she, of course, told a little bit of her story. She's a Tejano singer. She was the first or the youngest Latina artist to perform at the symphony when she was 15.
Oh, wow.
So it's not her first time performing there.
Wow.
Isabel Marie Sanchez? I'm pretty sure that was her name. Super sweet girl. She had a great, great voice. But yeah, of course, you can't ever compare to Selena. Like,
Right.
You kind of want to wish that these people are going to sing exactly like her and it's going to be the same vibe. Definitely, she had a good vibe, but it was definitely her own, and she would do a lot of the little things that you could expect from like the Selena concerts. Her voice was amazing, like definitely amazing. You can tell she was a different style, but it was good. Her dress was beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a really good performance. We loved it. We had fun. Yeah. I walked in, I was like, I'm going to cry.
Oh.
And then you go through it and the songs were all she made everybody get up and dance. So it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Yep.
Yeah.
They had a big party afterwards. I've never seen that.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry. At the beginning, I got there and I got real emotional.
I thought I was going to cry. I thought I would cry.
Yeah, I got super emotional and they kicked off with I Could Fall in Love with You.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, I started to get a little emotional, but I didn't full cry. I think, But yeah, it was really good. I loved it.
Because sometimes even now I'll see performances of her and I'll be like, oh, I can't even watch.
It depends. There's certain times when I do get emotional. I'm like, right, but no, I didn't.
Oh, well, I'm glad you got to go.
Yeah, it was fun.
It looked like a fun party.
I kind of manifested it, and then I got a ticket. I was like, oh, I'm going.
So, but let's talk a little bit about also why we're here, how we connected, and then also just a little bit about how important it is right now for not just as women, but as Latina women coming to a table to talk about things that are happening in this world and this community, especially here in Houston. We can't think that things that are happening outside of our our bubble don't affect us, right? Mm-hmm. So for those that don't know, Connie is the founder of Houston Latina Collaborative, and we've been working together the last 4 years, going on 4 years,
working together. But I guess 4 years. But we've known each other longer.
Yeah. And so we've been really trying to do a lot of innovative things for this year for Houston Latina Collaborative, and in doing so, I've just been really connecting with the community, working more advocacy type content. We really appreciate all those new followers out there that have started following us and supporting us because, we need the support. But in the process, we've also had wonderful people like Ace, Phoenix Art, or Suly. What do you like to go by specifically?
So a lot of people call me by my art name, so Ace or Ace Phoenix. Phoenix. It's like just one letter less than my name, but nobody can get my actual name right. So I just go by Ace.
Yeah. So Ace has been one of those people that has been supporting us and following us, and she decided to share a story with us. And that story was about a project that she's been working on this last March that coincidentally was during Women's History Month and also International Women's Month as well. And you shared your story, and if you could briefly share it with us, and then we'll talk about kind of what happened after that.
So it was intentionally for International Women's Month. My team and I had, we were having a conversation about some guy coming after me on social media saying that I needed to take my Barbie mural down. I'm all about women empowerment. And so a lot of what I paint is female empowerment type things. And Barbie was such a movement when it came out that I was like, oh, I have to paint it. Like, I have to paint this mural. And I got some hate from a a gentleman who's also an artist telling me to take it down, that he was going to paint over it, all these kinds of things, right? So I'm chatting about this after a video shoot with my team, and I said a comment kind of like, "Oh, I'm just a girl," something like that.
Mhm.
And then I was like, wait a minute, that's kind of a cool concept. Like, what if, we started brainstorming, and we thought of like, what if we put really powerful women together, and I can paint I'm just a girl. Like,
Mhm.
people just see us as just a girl, but here we are changing the world.
Yeah.
So that's how the idea came about. And I actually painted over my Barbie mural to paint this specific mural. I even asked my followers on Instagram, I wanted, my viewers to be a part of it as well, to submit names of people who, who they thought or they believed in or followed, that have, whether they've changed their life in some kind of way or been inspired by. So we narrowed it down to 3 amazing women, which is Hedy Lamar, who is also Latina. Your mom was saying how she watched her.
Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Malala Yousafzai. So they made the cut for this round, and we thought about doing a series of this mural, so all over Houston and potentially nationwide. So I start on this project, which I'm super excited for, which, by the way, I funded myself. And I begin work. It's 3 days in. I've completed one portrait already, which is Hedy Lamar. And then the other 2 next to her, the outlines are done, the background is done, but I hadn't started on it. So the following day, when I came back to paint Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I pull up and my heart just fell to the pit of my stomach, because somebody had basically spray painted over Hedy Lamar's face all the work that I had just put in. I think I had worked 8 hours straight on that one portrait.
Yeah.
And then on the other 2 had written "slut" across their faces. And I was just like, it's something that I've dealt with before. I've had my artwork defaced or vandalized in Austin, Houston, other places. For me, I'm so like, go, 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 that my initial thought was like, well, I just got to get back to work.
Yeah.
And my wonderful assistant was like, this is devastating. I was like, I know it is, but we have to move on. She's like, no, but you have to say something. And I was like, it's fine. Like, this is what I've dealt with in a male-dominated career, my whole career. It's fine. We just keep going. We just keep moving. And she goes, Suly, no, you have to say something. You have to call this out. If not, they'll continue to do this. And they think it's okay.
Yeah.
And the more she was explaining this to me, I'm like, I realized I'd become so numb to the attacks that I didn't realize that I was kind of allowing it to happen and just
Being complacent.
Being complacent, correct. So I was like, okay. And I was explaining earlier to you all that I'm not a social media type person. I'm very private. I don't talk about like really anything other than my artwork. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be a big stretch for me, but I felt like she was right, and I couldn't let her down. And then I thought about other women that are going through this as well, and I'm like, I can't let them. Yes, exactly. Where men have belittled them or said that they're not good enough or their work isn't good enough,
and they don't have the platform the way you do to kind of express that. Yeah,
exactly. And the fact that I'm highlighting these amazing women whose voices have been shut down for so long, that I'm like, okay, it just makes sense for me to move forward. So we started posting on our social platforms, and we started going live, and we started to share it with you all. And I'd been following the Houston Latina Collaborative now for a little while, and you guys were always responsive with me on other things. So I took a chance and started tagging, different organizations. And you guys were literally the first to respond and repost. Excuse me. And then I got in contact with Isaiah Carey from the Isaiah Factor on Fox 26. And funny enough, a year prior, at exactly that month, he had interviewed me for his show.
Oh, wow.
For being a woman in a male-dominated field and how much hate I had gotten from men. Yeah. So it all kind of came full circle. And so
and he got to see it, that it was
right,
real.
right,
Wow.
exactly. So he was like, "Don't touch the mural. Can you interview at 4?" I said yes.
Yeah.
So 4:00 rolls around and he interviews me, and he was just like, "Wow, this is obscene. This is not okay." So we did the interview, and it aired that night. And I think it was me and ChatGPT having a conversation where I was like,
"Oh, we know those."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, what more can I do for this? Like, now this is a movement that is going to be started. Like, I could sense it. And Chat was like, by the way, he's named and everything. He's my buddy.
Yeah.
So he said, why don't you do a like a collaborative effort with the community? And I was like, that's genius. So I did a very late night PSA.
Yeah.
And I had said, hey, I'll be here from this time to this time. Come out and help me paint and finish painting this. And then you guys shared it. And it just kept being shared and like people liking it. And then the Isaiah show posted my segment, and they posted it on their Facebook page, on their Instagram page. And apparently there was a whole men versus women battle on social media about this. And it just further proved the point that like, why do we have to be shut down so much? Why are our voices being shut down? Like, this is not okay. So it was late night. I don't really expect anybody to show up, really. But so many people showed up. They came at sporadic times, but so much of the community showed up, and they painted, and they were diligent and taking pictures and sharing. And one of the young ladies that came out, she was the one that told me about the Facebook post. And she said, have you seen the battle online? Like, it's like men versus women. She's like, I've been going after everyone.
So funny. That's so good.
I love that.
So my assistant was
Women
like,
warriors.
yeah. My assistant was like, let me get in here. I was like, no. let the other people do that for us. Like, we just keep working. Yeah. But my assistant kept getting furious, and I told her, I said, no, this is a good thing, because this is really stirring up conversations that need to be had. Yeah. So let it happen, let it naturally unfold. And she was like, okay, because she was furious.
Yeah. And one of the things too is, I'm so glad we're talking about it now, even though it happened last month, because the conversation has to continue, because we as a community always think we have all these wonderful national days and national months and all this wonderful stuff, right? But it happens every day, all the time to people, right? It's not just happening. So bringing awareness to it is good, and we have to continue to have the conversation going. Because if we don't, then it's just going to be treated like, like a
it could be normalized. They can do that to you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you so much for tagging us. I'm the one that saw it right away. And when I had seen the first story, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. I was like, let's see where this is going. And then I saw your PSA, and then I told my mom, we got to go out there. So the next day we showed up, and we're like, I got to hear your story, hear your what's going on, because this is super important, especially for the Latina community. It's important that we see women that are going through things that we maybe not expect, and also persevere. And so that's one of the things I love about your story, really, is that yes, you asked for help, which is really important as well, because we as Latinas do never want to ask for help. We think we got it. Like you said, we were going to just brush it off and keep moving forward. And that's definitely a part of it. But then the other part is then also saying, no, we're not going to stand for this. We need community and support, and to see who support. And that when we were there, a guy was there helping you. And I was like, oh, this is even better. Because, it's not just women that are supporting you. It's also men that are supporting you. Yeah. So that was super awesome. So we're so honored to be able to highlight this mural. And for those that don't know, it's on 3000 Crawford Street. It's just around the corner from this location. So it's in the Midtown area, and it's right across the street from a park as well. Do you know the name of the park?
No, I don't actually,
Yeah.
but it's at the XL Parts.
XL Parts is the building.
Yeah.
correct.
And so y'all can check it out when y'all are able to. Go take a picture, tag Ace Phoenix Art, tag whoever you'd like, and we'll definitely reshare those things. But
It's the Elizabeth Baldwin Park.
Okay, the Elizabeth Baldwin Park, and how ironic it's named after a woman. And so we're just happy to be able to do so. And then you launched the unveiling of it. You're like, I'm working on this. And I was like, okay. And so that came about, and you collaborated with us on that. And we're like, awesome. And I told Connie, I was like, we got to be there. We got to go. I'm, gun-ho supporting women, especially women that are doing things that I think are important. And then I said, hey, I think you deserve an award, a recognition. And she was like, okay, let's do it.
I was like, yeah, let's do it.
So y'all see some of that content soon. It's been shared already with Ace on her content, but we'll be sharing on all of our platforms. But she did receive a recognition for Houston Latina Collaborative. And tell us a little bit about that, Connie, the award.
So the Mujer Poderosa Award is something that I started, I think it was 2018 was the first one, 2018, 2019 maybe. And it came about because of that, right? Like we just wanted to recognize local women who are doing big things, creating communities and building this impact with just their actions, right? And women who like yourself, that you're like, I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to keep working. Like that's our usual demeanor, right? That's for Latinas. And we talked about it earlier today. We spent the whole day together, y'all. Especially maybe for immigrant women, it's very also like, no, I'm just going to let it be because, todo por la paz, right? Like it's always just like, let me just keep going, keep my head down and keep going. And that's not how it should be. So this award was kind of that, recognition that I wanted to give to women who never, say, this is what I'm doing, brag about it and talk about it. Our first one was given to Gons, the artist, his wife, Carolina. She was the first person that we gave it to. She was getting at the time one of her degrees, and he was throwing a party for her, and we were like, that's a perfect moment to like celebrate her.
Yeah,
because she's also a creative, she's a wife, she's an educated Latina, like all these, she's a mom, all these things, a community leader, an advocate. And so just recognizing the women within our community who are doing those things. And so you would be, I think this is our 5th award. We usually give it at the end of the year at one of our events. We've been collaborating with Desiree and her Las Meras Meras event and giving it there because it's a perfect, place to do that.
And you are definitely a La Mera Mera.
Yeah.
What you do.
Yeah. And so definitely for this, it was a special occasion, a special event, and it makes total sense. And so it's definitely something that we continue to do and that we've continued to do, and recognize those women in our community who are using their voices, using whatever it is, right? Your skill, your talents to highlight other women and empower and motivate. So, and inspiring because like you speaking up, that's a big, like that was the perfect moment, right? Your assistant, perfect, for her to push you to do that because it meant a lot. Well, it's creating and meaning a lot still. So
also I got a comment here I want to share. Selena, one of our major fangirls that we love on Let's Vamonos, she says, fangirl here for great women. Thank you so much for Selena for joining with us. And yes, we appreciate the support. But it's one of the things, and I think sometimes we think that we always have to play by the rules, right? Even with the award, like she said, we typically do it. And it's like, we're making the rules.
Yeah, definitely.
we're making,
and it made sense.
We're making the rules. And, when we see great things, I think that's definitely some of the goals that I have for Let's Vamonos and also for HLC, to recognize women doing amazing things in ways that are unpredicted as well. Not necessarily always has to be, we got to have a show or a platform or all that fun stuff. It needs to be like on the spot, because I think sometimes those opportunities get missed. And then some people feel kind of like, oh, nobody sees me. And one of the amazing things that happened, for those that missed it, because you missed it, because our wonderful Edward Pollard was there today, city council member, and he said some amazing things. And I appreciated him saying that he sees you. Oh my God. I was like, don't make me cry. Like,
we were already gonna cry when you were presenting it.
But him saying that I see you, my staff sees you, we support you in all the things that you're doing. And, that's really important. So don't ever.
And coming from a place of like, that maybe was not your full intention, right? To get all those eyes on you, but you deserve the eyes and you deserve to be seen. And so it's a really important moment for you to do that. It was not a good moment, obviously, for them to do that to you, but look at all the good that's coming from it, right? Like you said, I think you said it, turning a negative into a positive. Like that's very important. I talk about that all the time.
Well, I want to say thank you guys. I was so honored. I was not expecting it at all. And I had seen the box on your arm, did not think anything of it. Yeah. But I was floored and so honored. I was speechless, honestly.
Yeah, you were.
We have a reaction video.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. Yeah. But I was like choking back tears because I'm like, I didn't expect any of this. I really just wanted to put work out there that is educational and it's female forward and really get the kids, because again, it's in front of a school, a park, a children's park. Yeah. I wanted these children to be like, oh, who's that? Who's that? And by the way, if you guys go to my to the mural, you can go to my website, and all the information for each woman that's been highlighted in this mural is on my website, plus more. It also, there's links to that leads to their website, so you guys can further your education. So I want to continue that as well. Yeah. But I really was not expecting it at all. And then, like you said, for council member Edward Pollard to show up and say what he said, and it was really cool that he said, all the women in my office were like, you have to go and you have to like do this for us. And it just was so touching for me. Yeah. And like I said, I really didn't expect any of this. And for the gentleman who defaced my mural, I keep telling this to my daughter. I'm like, pobrecito. Yeah. He really thought he was like, going to shut me down, or he was going to do
intimidate you in some
intimidate
way.
Me.
Yeah.
But I'm not easily broken. That's one thing.
Well, you're an ace.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
And a phoenix. So ace, phoenix, and phoenixes are like, I always think about it, from the rising, right?
Yes, like rise from the ashes.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then again, just as a reminder, y'all can follow her on Instagram, Ace Phoenix Art. We'd love for y'all to follow her and support her throughout this journey, because her journey is not over, y'all. Mm-hmm. She's going to be doing some more amazing things in the community, more amazing work. So if you have we haven't asked, you haven't asked, and I know you're looking for some specific things. So tell us some things that you can ask from the community that maybe somebody can reach out and support you.
Absolutely. So I want to continue this mission. Like I said, we wanted to do a series of these murals. And so what we're needing is donations in form of paint. I use spray paint specifically, or anybody that knows any business owners or building owners that would want to donate a wall space to continue this movement and this education. And any donation would help at this
monetary
point.
Donations.
Monetary, yeah. So just to cover any materials, any extra costs that are unforeseen, things, anything that happens with a project of this size. So yeah, and just support in any way, share, comment, like, things like that, Yeah.
It's important. One of the things that, as I've grown in my journey is, I started supporting small business owners. That was kind of my first focus. And then I was meeting so many people. So I got to meet, local artists and local makers and all these other people that are doing all kinds of amazing things. So it's been really cool to meet someone like you, because I hadn't really met anybody. And I've met a lot of males in the field. Like you said, I got to meet Gons, and he's one of the greats and here in the community. But at the same time, we need that representation. Mm-hmm. We need to see women doing things that are maybe outside of the box, not just artists doing art in the most professional form, right? You're doing things that are culturally also cool to some extent. So I appreciate that. I have a little bit of art in my own skill, but I've never thought about doing anything, spraying a wall or anything like that. but you inspire. You're very inspiring.
Thank you.
So we appreciate all of that. Anything else you would like to share with us? Maybe some words of wisdom or just some thoughts about, hey, if you're an artist or things that you would like to share with the community.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much that I can share with all of you. We'll need a whole other segment.
Yeah.
But I was just having a conversation with my daughter. She's getting ready to go into college and she can't decide on 2 fields. And I told her, I said, just go for both. Both of them make you feel happy, and go for both. And whatever's meant for you will never miss you. So, whatever is really in alignment with your path, just it'll find its way to you. So just keep headed down a path, no matter what, in a manner that's positive for you and that is uplifting for you and that will take you somewhere. And then you're going to get a lot of backlash. You're going to get, unfortunately, a lot of hate. Or
a lot of people tell you that you can't do that.
Correct.
It's not going to be able to work.
Yes. As a matter of fact, my very first job, this was 10 years ago. So a little backstory, I was in the beauty industry for 10 years at this point. I was 29, getting ready to turn 30. And I'm like, I either do this now or never. I either do art now, I'll never do it. I'm like, I have nothing to lose and everything to lose at the same time.
Yeah.
So I did. I quit my corporate job and I moved back to Houston and went broke trying to start this. And then I got hired on by a male artist and I worked with him for a year and he fired me for less than favorable reasons, being a woman. And I just refused. I kept setting that boundary, and he did not like that boundary, eventually fired me. And then I lost everything again.
Yeah.
And I was oddly calm, but I knew that I had to keep going. And I was like, for this to be my first experience in this career, that's intense. Like this would shoot anybody down. But I was so adamant that no, this was a God-given gift that no matter what is going to happen against me, I just got to keep going, because how am I going to be given this gift and it not work out
and not use it?
Yeah. So
And share it.
Right. So any hurdle that I had up until this point, I just kept going. So that's my biggest thing, is just keep going. That's such a big thing. It's consistency. Consistency over perfection. Always. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that too. You're doing it. We're so proud of you.
Yeah.
You have our support. I'm eager to see more of your work. After you had been following us and we started to see some of your work, I was like, oh, let me see what else she's done. Because like in my head, I'm like, you never see everybody. You've never seen everybody's stuff. And like I said, I've been learning about new artists throughout the Houston community. So if y'all know anybody, if y'all want to be featured, let us know, send them my way. And we're always looking for women doing amazing things here in not just the community, but the art community as well. Any last words, Connie? You got anything else to add?
I think for me, it was just really important. I think I told Desiree earlier today, is just using your voice, right? Like continuously using your voice to amplify whatever you're doing and to speak up when it really, really matters. Like I think Desiree said it earlier, is right now is the moment for you to speak up. You just seize the moment, do what you need to do to speak up, to advocate for others, to advocate for yourself. That is a big, big thing in corporate world. I've learned that over and over, to advocate for myself, to know that our worth and our value is huge and that you do deserve to be seen, right? So all of those things kind of combined, and just amplify everything. Always speak up for yourself, and no te dejes, right? Like my thing is don't let, I always tell my kids in the morning, I'm like, bye, have a good day. Don't let anybody mess with you today. Like both of them, and they know. I'm like, you don't let anybody mess with you. That's always my thing.
I like that. I'm gonna have to start telling my kids.
Yeah, don't let anybody. Well, I don't say mess with you. I cuss, but like, don't let. I'm a cussing mom.
Me too.
Yeah, and so I'm like, don't let anybody f with you today, because So that's my biggest thing to them, is like, don't let people bully you around or intimidate you or try to push you around, because that doesn't fly here.
Well, we appreciate both of you. You're amazing. You know how much I love you, Connie. And of course, you've become a new friend of mine, and I appreciate it. And I'm here to support you. And I always tell people, listen, once you've connected with me, like we're no longer just like you're in my circle of like support to some extent. So this won't be the last time we share ACE's stuff, and this will just be a continuous journey and collaboration with our community. And as a reminder, you can always watch this live. If you weren't able to watch the beginning, you can always watch us live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, wherever you like to watch your lives. Again, we go live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. And we'll have some wonderful future episodes coming up. So stay tuned for that. And again, make sure to follow Ace Phoenix Art on Instagram, and then He's Latina Collaborative as well on all our social medias. And of course, Let's VAMONOS as well. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you out there. And if you have any questions, DM, send them to Ace or to either one of us about anything that y'all have questions about regarding future events or just support in general. And we'll be here just waiting and just supporting as always. But we got to go, y'all. So let's VAMONOS. Bye.
Bye.